Podcast Network Asia. FirstMetroSec is providing this podcast as a general market commentary. Reference to any specific security, product, or entity do not constitute as an offer or a solicitation of an offer to buy or sell any financial instruments or to participate in any particular trading strategy. The statements, comments, views, or opinions expressed by the hosts are subject to change without notice, and FirstMetroSec is under no obligation to update, amend, change, or correct any of the statements, comments, views, or opinions expressed. The statements, comments, views, and opinions expressed by the guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the view of FirstMetroSec. FirstMetroSec disclaims any liability arising from reliance on or reference to any information obtained in this podcast.
You are listening to First Metro Securities Philippine Stock Market Weekly podcast, where we feature timely and relevant discussions on the Philippine stock market and the economy in the hope of providing you investing and trading guidance. Here's your host.
Hi investors! This is Anjz from First Metro Securities. In this episode of Market Bites, let me share with you our latest company update on Megaworld Corp or MEG. We are reinstating coverage on Megaworld Corp with target price at 2.80 pesos. We like MEG for its integrated township model, which is its core competitive advantage, enabling it to capture value across multiple real estate segments. At the heart of this model is its strong office leasing operations. MEG is a top-of-mind lessor by BPOs and multinational tenants due to its high-quality offerings in strategic locations. This drives consistent foot traffic and day or nighttime population within its townships, creating powerful synergies that support both residential demand as employees seek housing near workplaces and mall performance through steady consumer activity. Despite structural headwinds in the residential market, MEG's residential segment remains on a solid footing. Its township-led strategy and regional diversification allow it to tap into more resilient demand pools, particularly outside Metro Manila. Inventory levels are the lowest among peers, at just 13 to 14 months, of which 35% are ready for occupancy units. Within Metro Manila, MEG's exposure to BGC and McKinley Hill, i.e. areas with relatively healthier supply-demand dynamics, further supports absorption and pricing. Recurring income, office and retail, contributed 59% of EBITDA in both FY24 and 1Q25, providing earnings visibility and consistent cash generation, which are critical in managing longer residential cycles and macroeconomic uncertainty. Finally, MEG also maintains a robust financial position, with net gearing at 0.36 times and 0.40 times for FY24 and 1Q25, and an interest coverage ratio of 4.4 times and 5.4 times, offering ample flexibility to navigate elevated interest rates. Its REIT platform, MREIT, further enhances capital efficiency through asset monetization and redeployment into high-return opportunities. However, some key risks to our call include: first, the exodus of POGOs, greater adoption of hybrid work setup, and/or adoption of AI, affecting structural demand for residential and office spaces. Second, demand destruction, resulting in weaker-than-expected consumer spending, affecting malls. And third, unfavorable U.S. policies on outsourcing, affecting office demand from BPO locators. Again, that's a buy call for MEG at 2.80 pesos target price. And that's it for today's podcast. Make sure to follow us on our socials for more updates. That's First Metro Securities for our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and FirstMetroSec on TikTok. Thanks for tuning in. Hope this has been helpful.
Thanks for listening to First Metro Securities Philippine Stock Market Weekly podcast. Don't forget to follow us to get first dibs on our new episodes. For more up-to-date market news and info, exclusive content, and the opportunity to connect with your fellow Filipino investors and traders, join facebook.com/groups/FirstMetroSec and be part of the FirstMetroSec family.
The views and opinions expressed by the podcast creators, hosts, and guests do not necessarily reflect the official policy and position of Podcast Network Asia, the hosts of the program, or other programs of the network. Any content provided by the people on the podcast are of their own opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything.